Okay. Good morning to all of you. As the last time we have started the polynomial, and we understood that what is a polynomial, what types of polynomial exist, and the factorization to get the zeros of the polynomial. Now we are moving further, and as we are moving further, we can outlook some new things in polynomial. Okay. Now, as you observe zeros of the polynomial, there are some certain things which is the value of the polynomial, which can be defined as it is given in the chapter of 9th class, chapter 2. So I am starting with the exercise 2.2 because the 2.1 we already discussed about what types of algebraic expression called polynomials that we have already seen. Okay. So you can identify them, you can categorize them, you can divide it or separate it in terms of term and in basis of degrees. Okay, now as we can go to exercise 2.2, the first thing which comes, it is the find the values of the polynomial. As a polynomial given to us, like we can take one polynomial that 3x square minus 2x plus 1. Okay, this I am taking as an example. It is not in the book, but there are some questions based on this type of thing. Suppose this polynomial is of x, we can call it p of x. P of x is the term which is pronounced as polynomial of x. Polynomial of x is an algebraic expression of x with different degrees. So we have to find the value of P0, P1 and P2. Now what is P0, P1, P2, how to find them? We just do one thing, we can put the value of x in these different scenarios. Like we put x equal to 0 in this expression, we can get P0 as 3 into 0 square minus 2 into 0 plus 1. Now, how do you know that 0 square is also 0? 2 zeros are 0 because 0 is the hero, what I have told you yesterday. 3 0 again 0 minus 0 plus 1. This 0 means nothing, so that 0 minus 0 is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, so your answer will be 1. For for P0 the value is 1. Likewise, we can now put x equal to 1 in this expression again, so that we can get P1. Okay, again we are putting the value here, 3 into 1 square minus 2 into 1 plus 1. Now 1 square is 1, so that 3 ones are 3, 2 ones are 2 and plus 1. Now 3 minus 2 is 1 and 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, we are moving to the Boltzmann law. So that P1 value we got 2. Okay, so how this is how we get P0, P1. Now we'll try with P2. Now how to get P2? We are putting x equal to 0. Yes, correct. 3 into 2 square in the place of x. We are putting it 2 into 2 plus 1. Here 2 2s are 4, 3s are 12. Okay, I will write it on next step. Now 3 4s are 12 minus 4 plus 1. 12 minus 4 is 8 and 8 plus 1 is 9. Okay. So this is the positive expression. That's why the value we are increasing, the value of the polynomial also increases. Okay, through this. Okay. So this is how we can get the value of the different value for the polynomial. Now, so in exercise 2.2 you can see this type of sums. Okay, now there are few sums which is for verifying whether the given value is the 0 of the polynomial or not. Okay, as you have seen, as you have observed, these three values are not the zeros of the polynomial because we didn't get 0 here until now. So for that instance, if there is a polynomial given and the value also given and they want us to prove or verify that the given value is the 0 of the polynomial or not. Let's see a few questions about that. I'm rubbing it. Okay. Like see, suppose we got the polynomial of x as 3x minus 2. Okay, and they are giving us two values like 1 by 2 and 2 by 3. We need to check whether 1 by 2 is the 0 of polynomial or 2 by 3 is the 0. So, to check, what we are doing is we are putting this simple value here. Okay, now first we check for 1 by 2. So, we are putting x equal to 1 by 2. Putting x here, this will become 3 into 1 by 2 minus 2. 3 into 1 by 2 will be 3 by 2 minus 2. We can have LCM here, 2 ones are 2. This become 3 ones are 3 minus 2 twos are 4. This will result as minus 1 by 2, which is not equivalent to 0. That means our first value 1 by 2 is not the 0 of the polynomial. Now, we are moving further and check for the second value whether it is the 0 of the polynomial or not. Now, so we are putting now x equal to 2 by 3 here. We are putting in polynomial of x p 2 by 3 here. 3 into 2 by 3 minus 2. 3 will get cancelled with this 3 and 2 minus 2 results 0. Here you can see clearly that we got the value of the polynomial as 0. That means 2 by 3 is the 0 of the polynomial, 1 by 2 not. So we can write 2 by 3 is 0 of the polynomial. Okay. If there is value of pi given in that, remember you don't need to put the value of pi. You can use pi as pi only. So you don't need to find its 0, because if you transpose that, pi will not get cancelled. Okay, if it goes upon 0, so then only it will be getting a 0. Okay, so remember that, keep in mind. Okay, now we are moving further with a theorem here. Okay, there are two major theorems in the polynomial mentioned. The first theorem which is mentioned is known as the remainder theorem. Okay, so first we will see the remainder theorem, what is it, then we will move further. Okay, this is very important theorem, one of the very important theorem, and one of the topic which is frequently asked and will remain for the future classes also. It is very important. Let's see what it is. Okay, first see, we can take one polynomial as it is. Okay, like we are taking a polynomial here as 3x square plus x minus 1. Okay, this is our polynomial, suppose, and we can divide this polynomial with another polynomial x plus 1. Okay, now remember this thing, this polynomial we can call px. Okay, and this polynomial we are called gx. Okay, why we are having its name? Because px is the polynomial of x which is divisible by or divided by gx. Gx is the divisor, remember this. Okay, gx we are taking as a divisor. Okay, now what to do? See, we need to find the remainder of it. Okay, when we divide 3x square plus x minus 1 with x plus 1, what we will get as a remainder? Okay, that is very important. Okay, first of all, we will do one thing. We literally divide this polynomial by this polynomial. How to divide a polynomial, that is also very important. Just see and check. We are dividing 3x square. You all know division, how we divide the terms or numbers. Likewise, we can divide the polynomial as well. Like suppose 3x square plus x minus 1 is our dividend and x plus 1 is our divisor. Now, how to divide them? Okay, just see. We are comparing the first terms of these two polynomials. Here what we are seeing, that is x, 1x probably, and here what we are observing is 3x square. Now how we can make x as 3x square? By multiplying it by first 3. If we 3 multiplied by 1x, it will give us 3x. But we need one more x. X square we needed. So we multiply it with x also. Now this 3x will multiply to this 1x. 3x and 1x, 3 ones are 3 and x becomes x square. Okay. Now, if we multiply it with this first term, we need to multiply it with the second term because this whole, both the terms will make a polynomial. Okay, right? So we will multiply it with 1 also. 3x kwanza is plus 3. Now we subtract it. Now remember, when we subtract something from the term, the signs will get changed. Okay, so the signs of the both the terms below will get changed. Now these first two terms will get cancelled because 3x square minus 3x square will result 0. So we can cancel them. Now x minus 3x will gives us minus 2x. Okay, because the larger term is negative. That's why minus sign will come. Now then this another term minus 1 will come down. Now we need to get this here. Now how to get this? Here 1x. Here what we are having in the first term as minus 2x. Now how to make 1x as minus 2x? By just simply multiply it by minus 2. Minus 2 ones are minus 2x and minus 2 plus 1. Minus 2 plus 1 result minus 2. Again we are dividing it and subtracting it. This will become positive, this below term. This minus 2 also become positive. Signs get changed when we subtract. Now again minus 2x plus 2x will get cancelled and minus 1 plus 2 will gives us plus 1, that is your remainder. We can write it as Rx, remainder of x. Okay, it may be possible that sometime we can get x here, okay, because of the polynomial, because polynomial exists for the x. Okay, now this is the long procedure. It is called long division method to get results as remainder and factor as well. But there is a short method which remainder theorem gives us. What remainder theorem is, let me explain you that first. When we divide px, okay, with gx, as I have wrote above also, when we divide px as gx, so what is the procedure here is, we can keep this gx is equals to 0 and try to get the value of x. Suppose the value of x comes a. So when we put this a here in the polynomial of x, we can get our remainder. This is the only statements which will be followed in remainder theorem. Okay, it's very simple. Since it is in symbolic language, you are not able to understand it. Let me try it practically. We can apply this into this. Here, this is our dividend and this is our divisor. Okay, means this is gx and this is px. So gx, we are putting it 0 according to this theorem, which remainder theorem says. So we are putting x plus 1 equals to 0. We can get value of x here, which will result minus 1. Okay, now this minus 1 is our a. Okay, now we are putting it in polynomial to get our remainder. Now let's put this value here. P minus 1, we are putting it here. 3 minus 1 square plus minus 1 minus 1. Now, as you all know that minus square is plus, so that minus 1 square results plus 1. Okay, here plus minus minus 1 minus 1. 3 ones are 3 and minus 1 gives us minus 2. Then 3 minus 2 will result 1 and we get the remainder 1 here only. So this is the way to find the remainder of a particular polynomial is divided by another polynomial by using remainder theorem. Okay, it's very essential, it's very easy, it's very useful. Okay, so now let us see one more example, then we will move further for the second theorem. Okay, one more example I am showing you about remainder theorem here. Okay, please see carefully because these are very important topics, and when you are moving to polynomial, and polynomial itself is a very important topic, so we need these things to prove. Okay, now see with that theorem, okay, which is a remainder theorem, we can simply find the remainders. Okay, now let's moving further here. One more theorem, it's called factor theorem. Okay, now how to find or define the factor theorem? First we will see that. Okay, remainder theorem we have seen already. Factor theorem, which is very related to the remainder theorem. It's actually upgrade version of the remainder theorem. Now what is it? Okay, see, you have learned that rule is dividend is equals to divisor into question plus remainder. It is based on that division lemma, it's called Euclid division lemma. You will learn in 10th class also. This will be coming into your next class. Now here the dividend is polynomial of x, divisor is gx, question is qx, and remainder is rx. Okay, this is the only relationship. Okay, now assume when a number or a polynomial is called a factor of another polynomial. Okay, as you all know what a factor is. Okay, a factor is a number which is divide totally a number and gives us result remainder as a 0. Now, so if we apply remainder theorem here, okay, remainder theorem, what is remainder theorem? That put gx equal to 0 and we get the value of x as a. And when we put pa in terms of x, we will get rx. Now, if there is one terminology comes, if the remainder of x comes 0, this is very important. Okay, if remainder of x comes 0, that means that gx is a factor of px. Okay, if remainder comes 0, then only the given divisor is the factor for the dividend. Okay, let's see one or two examples for this. Here I am taking one polynomial of x, which is 3x cube plus 3x square plus 5x plus 6. Okay, and we have our gx as x plus 2 here. Okay, so this is our question now. We need to check that x plus 2 is a factor of this big polynomial or not. Now how to check? See, what we are doing here, first by remainder theorem, okay, by remainder theorem we can put x plus 2 equal to 0 as gx. Gx we are putting equals to 0, we will get the value of x as minus 2 by transposing the plus 2 on other side. Now we are putting value here p minus 2, it will give us minus 2 cube plus 3 minus 2 square plus 5 minus 2 plus 6. Now minus 2 cube, minus having odd power result in minus, 2 to the power cube is 8, minus 2 square is 4, 3s are 12, 5 2s are minus 10 and plus 6. Now we are adding these positive numbers. 12 and 6 is 18, minus 8 minus 10 is minus 18, and 18 minus 18 gives us 0, and 0 is the hero. Now we get gx equals to 0. That shows what? That shows that gx is the factor of px. So we can say that x plus 2 is a factor of our px, polynomial of x. Okay, which is this big one. Okay, so this is simply just define the factor theorem and the remainder theorem, how to use it, how much essential it is, okay, to getting the factor or to checking the remainder. Okay, this is how we can use this remainder and factor theorem. Okay, now there are some divisible questions. Let's see them also, so that we can complete our chapter 80% approx. Then only identities will remain, and identities we will learn in the next class. Okay, we are sooner to complete this chapter because I am thoroughly want to finish it fast. Okay, now see some of the factorization which is remained. Okay, let me rub it. Now there are different types of factorization. As we have seen last time, we have observed the factorization of 2 or 3 terms. Okay, there can be more terms. More terms and more degrees can give us more factors and more complications. Okay, like we are factorizing here. First, I am taking few questions. Okay, first let me write the questions. Factorization. Okay, let me have 3 or 4 questions like that. Like first I am taking 12x square minus 7x plus 1. This is our first question. Secondly, I am taking one more questions like this, that x cube minus 2x square minus x plus 2. This is our second question. I am taking it from NCERT only. Okay, if you can take R.D. Sharma or R.S. Agrawal for the more questions. Okay, here one more I am taking is x cube plus 13x square plus 20x, I think 32x plus 20. Okay, let me solve these 3 questions. Okay, how to factorize these 3 kinds of questions. First, we are factorizing 12x square minus 7x plus 1. Okay, remember one thing, whenever the greatest degree term of x will have any number other than 1, we can multiply it with the last constant. Like here we are having 12, we can multiply it with this last number 1. 12 ones are 12. So 12 ones are 12 is the number which we have to factorize, so that we can get 7. Now 12 factor we all know, 4 into 3, 4 3 is 12 and 4 plus 3 is 7 as well. But here is minus it is, so how to factorize it? See, we can write it as 12x square minus 4x minus 3x, because minus 4 minus 3 gives us minus 7 and plus 1. This first and last term will remain same. Now, since we splitted this middle term into 2 terms, now we can pair it with these 2 other terms. We can get 4x here, because 4 3s are 12, we can get factor of 4 and 3. So 4x will common here, here 3x will remain, and here nothing will remain, so that 1. Sai Baba ne kaha, you all know. Minus 1 we are taking common here, here also 3x minus 1 will remain, this 3x becomes positive and this plus 1 becomes minus 1 because we took minus 1 as a common. Now 3x minus 1 is common here, as you can see. We can take this 3x minus 1 as common. Then 4x minus 1 will remain here. These 2 are the factors of the polynomial. Okay, this is how factorization of polynomial will work. Now, see the second one. Second one is x cube minus 2x square minus x plus 2. Okay, now see. First we can take this common term from these 2. Okay, one by one. You need to check it first whether any term common in between them. Else you can split. Okay, so don't split directly. First of all, see, in this 2 term you can take x square common. Here 1x will remain, here 2 will remain minus 2. Here again we can take minus 1, so that x minus 2 will remain. X minus 2 we can take common in all. So here x square minus 1 will remain. Now with x square minus 1, what we can do? We can write it as 1 square is also 1. We are not minus 1 whole square, because minus square is positive. We are only squaring the 1 here. Now, here we can apply an identity at a square minus b square, which results x plus 1, x minus 1. So these are the 3 factors of this polynomial. Okay, how we get this 3? Because the degree of the polynomial is 3. As I have told you in previous class, that how much degree of the polynomial exists, that much factors we can get. See the last question now, third one. Okay, this is x cube plus 13x square plus 32x plus 20. Now, this polynomial is having some of the complication because it is existing the more weightage terms here. And as you can observe that there are no such 2 terms we can take, so that something comes common in between, because 13 is not existing with 32 and 20 because there is no such common factors in between them. So what we are doing here, we can splitting these two middle terms, not one only. We are splitting the two middle terms. Now how to split? It's very easy. We can try it from the back. So what we are doing here, we can write plus 20 here, and 32 we can write 20x plus 12x. 20 and 12 is 32. Okay, and 20 will get the common factor from this 20. Okay. Now, for this 12, we can split the 13. Now, how do we split the 13? We can split the 13 by 12x square and 1x square. Okay, so that 12x will common here. And for this one, we are having x cube ahead. Okay, now, we just join these three pairs together now to take common terms. From first pair, we can take x square common. Here, one x will remain and 1 will remain. In the second pair, we can take 12x as common, so that x will remain and 1 will remain. And the last pair, we can take 20 common, so that x will remain and 1 will remain. As you can see that x plus 1 is common factor from all three, we can take it common. So x plus 1 will common. X square plus 12x plus 20 will remain. Now we have to split this polynomial again one more time. Okay, now 20, what factor 20 have so that we can get 12? It's not 5 4s are, no, it is 10 2s are. 10 2s are 20 and 10 and 2 12. So how we are factorizing it? X plus 1 will remain it. Now x square, we can write 12 as 10x plus 2x plus 20. Now from these first two terms, we can take x common here, so that x plus 10 will remain. And from this last pair, we can take 2 common here, so that again x plus 10 will come. X plus 10 we are taking common from all, so that x plus 1, x plus 10 and x plus 2. These three factors we can get of the polynomial. Okay, that's how we can get more and more factor of the polynomial. If you find any difficulty by doing this with the 4 terms polynomial, so that you can do one more thing, you can try trial and error method to get the zeros of the polynomial, and once you get 1 0 or 2 zeros, you can simply divide it the polynomial, and whatever question you will get, you can factorize it to get one more zero. Okay, let me try it with this question again. That if you don't understand this, you can understand it with a different method. Okay, this probably will be the last question for us. See, x cube plus 13x square plus 32x plus 20. Since all terms are positive here, if we put any positive value here, it will result us a greater number positive. So to avoid that, what we are doing, suppose we can put 0 here, so this 3 term becomes 0 and this results 20. If we more going back to the 0, we can get negative numbers. So first we are trying to put here minus 1. Number just before 0. Okay, it's minus 1. So we are putting minus 1 here to get the polynomial 0. So that minus 1 cube, 13 into minus 1 square plus 32 into minus 1 plus 20. Now see, minus 1 cube is minus 1, you all know. Minus 1 square is plus 1, 13 1s are 30, minus 32 plus 20. 20 and 13 results 33, and minus 1 minus 32 will result minus 33. You are getting your first 0. And your first 0 is minus 1. Just transpose it to the other side. You can get x plus 1 equal to 0. That means x plus 1 is your right factor. Now, if you get one factor, so do one thing now, you just divide the whole polynomial with this x plus 1. Okay, so that you can get question here as a polynomial. Now see how x plus 1 we are dividing this x plus 1 to the polynomial. Our polynomial was x cube plus 13x square plus 32x plus 20. Okay, now see, here x cube, we can divide it by x square, so that x cube plus x square will remain. Again we subtract, this will get cancelled, this will result 12x square. Then this next term will come down, which is 32x. Okay, now again we are dividing x from x, 12x square, so we can multiply it by 12x here, 12x and x will become 12x square, and 12x ones is 12x. Okay, this will get subtracted. There 20x will remain, and the last term is 20 as well. It will come down. Then we will multiply it by 20, so that 20x plus 20 will remain. We subtract it. Okay, this term gets cancelled, and whatever we got, x square plus 12x plus 20. By splitting this, we can get our 2 more zeros as we have did here already. Okay, so this will be splitted as x plus 2x plus 10. Okay, so here 2 zeros and 1 zeros. That's how you can get all 3 zeros with the long division method. Okay, so the next things we can learn in the next videos. Okay, the algebraic identities. Okay, how to solve it. Till then, stay safe, stay happy, stay learning. Thank you.